When I moved here, I was 18, and I actually picked the one in Wellington Road because it was quite a big house, and it had got actually the old-fashioned coal fire and everything, which I liked, because we're talking back, sort of 1980, 81. So, yeah, it was. I liked it, and the neighbours were really nice. Two elderly ladies, both sides, actually, and really nice people. And it was only like £9,000, I think, when I bought it. That's how long ago it was. In the area here, just factories, there were like 4 or 5, and there was quite a lot of people about all the time, so first thing in the morning, afternoon for lunch times, so the local little shops on the corner. There was about 7 or 8 little shops on each corner of the street when I first moved here. You could buy fruit and veg or your newspaper, or there was a little off licence, and pies and all sorts of stuff, and there was a chip shop as well. So it was like a little community within itself, even though it was so close to Hanley city centre. Obviously, a lot of people in this particular area were grandparents, parents and children, and they all bought the houses pretty close. So mum might lived in one street and the daughter or son lived in another street with their family and children. So everybody was quite close and quite knit. Everybody sort of mixed together and got on. And we had all the local stuff, like the school did a thing with Santa Claus at Christmas, and they'd have carol singers, and they'd stand in the street and bring Santa on like a horse and carriage, and stand in the street and sing and that, and everybody come out and donate money and that, and kept the church going. I mean, they don't do such things nowadays, but then, of course, it was really popular, and every year they did that. And you had the summer fete, and the scouts along the road here always had a summer fete in July, and still do now, but it's not as big as it used to be, because there were more people in the area then, and everybody used to go along, and you just got to know everybody. I mean, I had the house for nearly 30 years. After about 8 to 10 years' time, we noticed some cracks originally starting in the kitchen, in the extension of the house to start with. There was cracks in the walls there you could actually get your fist through. My house in particular was next door to me. Both of us suffered quite badly. We had to move out of the properties while the insurance people came in and did the work to them. It took about 6 months, and they had to be what they call underpinned. But even having that work done, it still didn't stop it. I think it was sort of about 4 years after that work was done. Again, cracks started to appear in both my property and next door. And then, of course, that the Pathfinder people were here and looking at the properties, and they decided that they needed to come down. So, yeah, it was very upsetting having to move, and seeing your neighbours move. People, that you've been neighbours for 20 odd years, Justin across the road from me, we had, and Karen and them, we'd all been quite close-knit sort of street as well, as well as the community. So, yeah, it was really upsetting.